Okay,
Okay.
we're live. We're live, guys. Hope I look good, y'all. I'm in a different spot than I normally am. Today, it's the TD Report with me and Big Tony. Tony, do we know if Jody or Dev are going to join us at all?
Don't
It's
know,
just,
bro.
it's the original. Hey, y'all, it's original recipe on the show. Thank you for
Yeah.
liking and thank you for liking and subscribing to us. You guys have supported us for the last 3 years. We love you guys and we appreciate it. I've got Big Tony Kennedy with me right now, and we are going to talk NFL football. Dun 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 dun. So, guys, big story in the NFL. Once again, the injury bug hits. This time, it lands in Dallas on the practice field. Pro Bowl cornerback Trayvon Diggs injured, went down with a leg. It turns out it is an ACL injury. He is out for the season. Dallas loses their number one corner.
First, let me say prayers for Chubb, Nick Chubb, and what happened to him. And so that
Awful
we
injury.
get this straight, I came on the TD report and I posted that day when the Steeler game started because I played running back. And the NFL put out a thing that day about the running backs faking injuries. So I came on and put out, hey, this is the toughest position in football, blah, blah, blah. And people got to arguing this and that. 10, 15 minutes later, Chubb gets hurt. I had the nerve to have some clown, and that's what I'm going to call you, both of you,
Be
Wade
nice. Be nice,
and
Tony.
Rogers, clowns, to say that I put a picture out to celebrate someone's pain. I was the one who said from the beginning, I did not know that Nick Chubb was going to get hurt, and that was going to be my receipt for what I had already started talking about because of what the NFL did. Don't hate me because I know what the F I'm talking about.
Well,
Don't
Tony,
hate me because
Tony,
I know
you've
what
played
I'm
the
talking about.
position. You've not only that, you've played the position of running back.
Man, I don't even listen to them because in this area, there ain't nothing but a bunch of hating fools who don't understand that I know what I'm talking about. So
We hit the delete button on that. We hit the pause button on that.
when you realize that, then you'll shut the F up and leave me alone because I won't stop until you apologize. Or you ain't going, don't worry about it because if you try to disrespect what we try to report, we don't do Bush League stuff. We don't do got you stuff. We do fact-based stuff. And we can't help it that this guy got a gruesome injury
Oh,
minutes after I said it was the toughest position to play in football. That's not my fault. That was NFL who started that crap early and said the running backs were faking injuries. So I responded. And then when I responded, then Nick Chubb gets hurt. It just happened that way. Now,
yeah.
moving to Diggs. Diggs got hurt. We pray for him. He played in my crab bowl. He's part of the community here in the DMV.
DC guy,
It's
DC area guy.
next man up. I'm happy for Diggs that he signed his extension before the season so they can't hold out on him with money. He will recover, folks. He will probably more than likely 90% chance be okay. For as far as for Dallas, that is the one position that Dallas could get hurt in because they have a whole bunch of defensive backs. Dan Quinn has done a hell of a job of making sure that we were stopped in that position. So, Cowboy fans, sorry that happened to Diggs, but you know what? Next man up. There's nobody gonna be crying for you. They don't care about you, Cowboy Nation. You got people out here, unfortunately, happy for somebody's demise, but it ain't gonna help y'all because our defense is still strong. Now we got Bland on that corner. Throw at him. I got money on him that if you keep throwing at him, he'll be leading the league in interceptions.
Now, guys, most people don't know this, but Tony's wife is an English teacher by trade, and I'll use something from literature. A defense is only as good as the Roman phalanx. It's only as good as the man next to you. That's how a defense works. You're only as good as the guy next to you that's watching your side and your flank. That's as good as it is. Dallas has guys stacked up, lined up next to each other. They can all play. They know the scheme. They're well coached. That's literally how they play. So when you look at the two top teams in the NFC, and right now you can't argue and say it's anybody but San Francisco and Dallas. What do they have? Two of the best defenses in the league. Hey, Levon Williams, thanks a lot. Thanks for joining us tonight. They have Figs backing up Diggs. Deron Bland is who backs up Diggs.
Number 20. Well,
number
I
26.
think he was 26 last year.
26 last year.
Yeah, but I get these numbers mixed up, man. People get to change.
They might have switched his number, but listen, you brought up the great point is that, if Dallas could lose somebody at a certain position, but that's what Stephon Gilmore was brought in to be, was to be an insurance policy. They brought him in. Here's what they did. Dallas was smart on this, and I don't say Dallas is smart in how they handle their business. They brought in Stephon Gilmore because they couldn't risk Diggs holding out. That's why they brought him in. Just on the off chance something went funky with the negotiations. But they had their numbers together. Diggs wanted the $97 million over 5 years. That's what Jerry wanted to pay. That's exactly what happened. So what's going to happen is, as Tony alluded to, Diggs is still on his rookie deal, technically. His big money deal doesn't kick in until next season. So this season, his base salary is somewhere around $1.5 million, and he has a $21.5 million signing bonus.
Wait a minute, he wasn't the first rounder.
No, he was not. But he's still on the rookie deal.
He's still on the fourth. This is the fourth year of the rookie deal.
This is the fourth year of the rookie deal.
So that his extension kicks in next year?
The extension of the salary kicks in next year. They use the signing bonus as cash for this year. So he gets $22.7 million in cash this year.
To stay home.
So rehab the knee, take care of yourself, take care of your folks. Everything keeps rolling, for the Diggs family and the Diggs organization, because each individual guy, you're your own foundation, your own organization, and your body is your business, as LeBron James would say. Now, the greater theme is, Tony, we've had 3 teams that had big playoff aspirations this year that have been hit by the injury bug. First was opening night with the Jets. Aaron Rodgers goes down with the Achilles. He's out for the year. The Jets were talking Super Bowl. Dallas thinks their Super Bowl window is open. The Browns are looking to take a step forward with a rejuvenated Deshaun Watson, or so we thought, or so we hope, a rejuvenated Deshaun Watson with Nick Chubb behind him that he can put the ball in his gut 20 to 25 times a game. And like you said, Tony, it's next man up. It's this is what football is, guys. If you are an NFL fan, get to know your two deeps, because it's going to happen, especially at that running back position. Now, Nick Chubb goes down again. All prayers and good thoughts and good vibes going out to him.
Yes, sir.
There's going to, and this is the sad part, and I don't mean to be morbid. There's going to be more season enders, and we just pray that it's not serious. But people get hurt in this game, Tony. These guys are big. They're powerful. They're fast. I mean, guys are going to get hurt.
Well, the only reason why I said running back was the toughest position is a couple of reasons. Not being biased, because I actually when I go to games, I actually watch the secondary and I look at the coverages, because I think that's probably the best chess match of the game. Watching the secondary go against the quarterback, go against the receivers. But there's only one position on the field that you have to carry the load, and you have to be as fast as the wide receiver. You have to be as mobile. Think about it. You have to be as mobile as a DB, because you got to deal with them when you get through the line. You have to have the strength of a linebacker. You have to be able to block and catch like a tight end. That's the running back position. And then you get hit, and then you got to come right back and do it all over again. I mean, you're the only position that you have to play in the box, and You have to play outside the box. Think about it. I mean, tight end is close. Tight end is a really is really difficult. But the tight ends ain't never got to carry that load. The tight ends do not carry the load. And one thing that just happened that I will guarantee for all you guys who got kids and you're going to have grandkids, Emmitt Smith's record will never be broken.
Not only that, Tony, I don't see anybody getting in the top 5 again.
Yeah, it's going to be it's too hard.
I think the top 5 in the NFL for all-time leading rushers as far as yardage, no running back is going to get in the top 5. Frank Gore would have been the last guy in that club.
Yes.
And he's sitting at what, number 3?
Number 3.
He's sitting at number 3. Frank Gore, ain't nobody ever going to touch. Forget Emmitt and Walter. No one's touching Frank.
Yeah, nobody's touching
Frank ain't going nowhere. And the way that Frank did it, he just got yards.
just got yards.
I remember watching Frank in college. When I was Frank plays college. It was at Miami when I was in college.
Yes, it felt like it, but it wasn't. We were already out, but it felt like it. But I'm looking at all these positions, and I look at if as a businessman. So let's think about it. Everybody's complaining about the running back getting paid. I am too, but put our business hats on. The reason why running backs aren't getting paid is because it's the toughest position as far as physical, and they can't guarantee you that they're going to keep playing. So a business person ain't going to give all the money to a running back that ain't going to be around. Think about it. They're not doing it. So the NFL is telling you what the toughest position is by not paying them because they cannot afford to have you eat up this cap with dead cap with people who can't be around. They cannot survive. If I'm wrong, why in the hell DBs are paying 10 years? What they do with a corner, when you get slow and you can't twist the hips, they move you to safety. They don't take a running back and move him somewhere else. No, they take a running back and shoot him in his stuff and send him out to pasture. That's what they do to running backs.
I hope they don't do that, TK. But I see what you're saying. I mean, I look at it from a standpoint of this. You look at injury rates, you look at usage rates, which for a running back, it's going to be the amount of carries. We always looked at a guy like an Emmitt Smith, who was not a big guy. You looked at a guy like Barry Sanders, not a big guy. Those guys took a lot of carries, and they lasted a long time. Tony Dorsett, not a big guy. If Tony Dorsett came in the league now, Tony Dorsett is smaller than Reggie Bush.
Yep.
I mean, am I wrong? He is smaller than Reggie Bush. Let me see. If that's the case, just offer less guaranteed. This is from the text line. Not that that's fair, but they will have contracts. Texter, I think that's probably that. I mean, that makes sense. But look at it from this viewpoint. It's one of the only positions in the league where your first contract, your rookie deal, is the best part of your career in terms of your ability to come back from injuries, your ability to take hits, and withstand injuries that you're going to have to take, right? So why you would say to yourself, okay, you're on a 4-year rookie deal, first round running back. What's that, a 4-year with a team option? With an option for 5 or something like that. And I give you 350 carries a year for that first 4 or 5. Why am I giving you 70, 80, 90 million on your second deal when I know I done squeezed all the best parts out of you? You see what I'm saying? When the new rookie salary structure came in, which would have been, what year was Cam Newton drafted? 2011? Okay. That would have been the first year of the new rookie salary scale. So in the old days, if you were a rookie quarterback coming out of college, you got a $30-40 million deal. Sam Bradford was the last one. Is the last one. He got that first big check. He got a couple of checks. He got a couple of big checks and could never stay healthy. But running backs, That's exactly what the situation is. Then you started to see running backs slide down that draft order and started getting taken lower and lower and lower. So the days of Marcus Allen coming out of college, going number one,
Dorsett, Marcus
Dorsett,
Allen, Bo Jackson,
Bo
all them.
Jackson, Earl Campbell, those days have been over for probably 20 years. I mean, Emmett Smith wasn't even a first rounder. I think Emmett
Yeah, he
was like
was. He was number
he was a first,
17.
he was
But
17, but that's still
Zeke was a first rounder. Remember they
Zeke
didn't
went
want
high. Zeke
he
went high,
He went like number 4 or 5.
and Dallas squeezed every ounce out of him that they could.
Ounce. And Bill Belichick trying to squeeze even more out of him for nothing.
He should. He should be able to. He still has some tread left on his tires. I would say this for the balance between a running back on a Zeke Elliott, the way that he runs, okay, is he started picking up a lot of extra weight, okay, and that affected his quickness. His rookie year, his second year, he was getting into the secondary and beating safeties down the field. But once he picked up that extra weight to take the pounding, he lost a half a step, and he took a beating. I mean, and this is behind a decent offensive line that they tend to keep in good repair in Dallas. Okay.
Yes, it's unfortunate, and the person who just texted in, we probably have to do something to fix that, because these guys got such a short window to make money. And I mean, I don't think nobody's going to cry and complain, but they do have a short window to make money. And some of these contracts, as we talk about running backs, as we get ready for the game tonight, Saquon Barkley's out. Mm-hmm. And he's everything to them. Without Saquon Barkley, the Giants are 4-13 team without him. So with him, they are a chance to make the playoffs and win a game. When he's healthy, look at what the Giants' record is compared to when he's not there. He is the most important factor for that team. And if I'm wrong, look on the other side. Look at Christian McCaffrey. Now, he has a lot more help, but when he's out and you want Brock Purdy to beat you, Giants will take that all day. Giants will sit back and say, okay, Purdy beat us. That's how I
Hey, Cody.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Cody?
Hey, Cody, do you have something for us on the Bennett breakdown?
To be honest, I am out of the loop. I'm technically on vacation right now till Sunday, guys. I'm out in Texas. I'm not in South Beach. I'm so I put a line in today. I had my buddy do it since I'm in Texas and I couldn't. So I had my buddy put it in, and I missed it by one run. It was a MLB parlay, but I'll be getting you guys back next week for sure.
Okay.
I just wanted to drop in, fill you guys in. Yeah, I mean, I got everything's going good, man. Yeah.
Great. Hey, can you do us a favor? Can you do us a favor?
Yep.
You've got the matchups for week 3 in front of you, right?
I sure do. Let me pull them.
Can you run those down for us, and we can all do our picks? This is kind of like the old. This is like the old days, guys.
It's the original.
All right.
Man.
Okay.
The original.
I'm gonna read it off. I'm gonna read it off to everybody. Here we go.
And I'll bounce it back and forth.
Yeah, the Monday night game tonight, San Francisco, New York. Of course, I'm taking San Francisco, but I will say this: New York Giants are like that kid that sits third chair at French horn in the band. He's got to play better. They got to play better.
San Francisco easily.
You know what's weird about this game too, and I say Francisco, but like this is going to be the game that New York comes and actually shows up. Though I have a feeling they're going to show up tonight. Not they're going to win, but I think they're going to show up, and they need it big time. They need some type of spark over there, because if not, they're looking like they're going to be worse than the Cardinals.
The only way they show up if Christian McCaffrey does not play. Period.
Yeah.
It's not even worth talking about. It's terrible. Put the list up. Let's go.
Let's talk about Falcons.
Here we go.
And the Bears. I'm taking the Falcons in this, but again,
Falcons.
The Bears are in the same position that the Giants are. And let's talk
Bears.
about okay, all right. Let's talk about the Bears for a second. A lot of talk in Chicago about quarterback Justin Fields' comments about his first 2 games and how he doesn't look comfortable back in the pocket. He's
Yeah,
missing,
well, he said
open
quote
receivers,
unquote he's been playing robotic.
and he is.
Yeah,
But you'll see him in the pocket, and he wants to pull the trigger, and he's not.
And that's why I'm actually going with the Bears in this game, because I think he's going to make that change himself.
Okay.
I know they've also had some calamity front office wise and other stuff like that, but like I think they're going to come out and
hey, Cody, let me ask you something. And I just want to be. You down in South Beach, right?
Not currently.
You see all the sports cars in the world. Why? Because the weather's good, right?
Yep.
Convertibles, all that other stuff that you see.
Mm-hmm.
In South Beach, you don't need a 4x4 car down there. You don't need it because the weather ain't bad. So if you move to Minneapolis, why in the hell would I have a Corvette in Minneapolis? Okay?
Right.
So Justin Fields need to get back to being who he is.
Yep.
He is an athlete who so happens to play quarterback. And I don't care if you only get 7 years out of him, use him and do what you got to do to win and stop trying to look good for the camera and do all that stuff. Be who you are.
Well, he rushed one in last week that I think looked like it was true Justin Fields form. And I think he just needs to get back to that style of play, not necessarily run and force runs, but he knows when he has openings and he can make those runs regularly. And he's athletic enough to pull them off. Just play your game.
Play your game.
Yeah.
We didn't get you to be in the pocket like Dan Marino.
But and this is why I'm actually picking them, because I think he knows that. And that was what he meant by his comment on the coaching. I don't think he was saying it like he's blaming coaching, but like I kind of read through those lines, and I think that's what he was saying. Like he was trying to put the coaching instead of just playing his game while being coached, if that makes sense.
No,
exactly. And so,
and listen, everybody's watching on this one, right? The Bears had a subpar season last year, and he messed up by blaming the coaching for his play.
Yeah,
thanks, Corcoran Smith.
I was reading through those lines, man.
That was a poor choice of words. I'll say that, and he has since come back and kind of cleaned that up a little bit as far as Justin Fields. And then the GM Ryan Poles was just on ESPN today talking about, hey, listen, nobody in the building here at Hallis Hall thinks that Justin was pointing fingers at anybody. We all know we're all in this together. Our job is to help Justin be his best, and Justin's job is to lead us. And I appreciate the combined front. The offense coordinator was on the field today with Justin Fields, gave him a hug, and everyone played nice. But again, as Tony will say, this ain't show friends, this show business. They got to come out and they got to play, and they're going to have to beat, let's be honest, a rather surprising Atlanta team.
Hey, well, you know what?
The Falcons,
going with Cody.
I like the Falcons, man.
You know what? I'm going with Cody.
You're going to take the Falcons? You taking the Falcons, or you taking Chicago? Okay.
I'm going with Cody, and I'm taking Chicago.
I'm taking the Falcons.
You can't keep that damn tiger in the cage too long.
Okay.
I'm telling you. He's going to come out, and when he come out, he's going to come out really swinging.
Hey, Cody, who do the Ravens have this week?
Let me pull you back up.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So, well, yeah, we can jump to the Ravens.
The Ravens got – is that
Kansas
KC?
City.
No,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Are you sure?
Hold on.
That can't be right.
No, because that ain't right, because that's Washington and Cleveland.
Yeah. That can't be right. That was last week.
Yeah, you got to pull up.
You got some of you got chocolate and the peanut butter over here.
Right. They got it all mixed up.
Yeah, you got it mixed up. Hold on now. Hold on.
Hey, listen, we don't mess around here. Yeah. We don't mess around here on the TD report. We looked at that.
Everyone was like, hell no, hold on. There ain't no way.
That can't be right.
Tony got his fantasy shit in there.
Because here's why, guys. If Kansas City was playing at Baltimore, we would have led the show with that.
You got that right.
Yeah. No.
They be coming to our place. We would have to come in. One of us would be at this game. Come on, man.
Yeah, you
Pat
got
Mahomes,
that right.
if Pat Mahomes coming to town, come on, dog.
No,
Hey, man.
no.
Hey, shout out to Pat Mahomes for getting getting his contract kind of redid a little bit, got himself a little raise. That joker got more money than Davy Crockett.
Shout out to my man Dak Prescott for doing what
Not
you
having
do.
interceptions. Not having no interceptions.
No, I'm not worried about interceptions because those who know
I'm a
he
mess
was
with
number
you,
2 all time before last year, and that moved him to number 8. So he doesn't throw interceptions. So
No.
he had one season of doing it when I think his thumb was still hurting, and he should have never been in the game. They should have kept Cooper Rush in, but he wanted to force himself back.
One more
and
week.
He wanted to force stuff, and that cost us the playoff game against San Francisco because of where he played. So it's time for him to put up or shut up.
Period. Well, you did have the injury. You did have the injury, to Pollard. That was huge. That was
huge. But sometimes you got to pick your team up, and you got to go ball, and you got to be that guy. That's why they pay you the money. Now, every team got injuries. Everybody got injuries. San Francisco lost their damn quarterbacks, and they went to Mr. Irrelevant.
Yep.
So
they lost 2. Remember?
They lost 2. So what we sitting here because we lost a running back? No, you got to pick it up, and you got to keep going and keep rolling. Now that we talking about 2, you got to give that running back for the Washington Redskins or the Commanders a little credit for this time last year getting shot, and now he's one of the top 5 backs to me in the NFL.
This is accurate. This is the
Brian Robinson's a monster.
Brian Robinson's a monster. So what is the schedule?
So we got Tennessee at Cleveland. Give me Cleveland.
Atlanta at Detroit.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about that game. Atlanta at Detroit. This is a game of the upstarts. Detroit had the big opening game win against the Chiefs, and then fell flat on their face in game 2 to go 1-1. So I don't know. Detroit's playing at home. Give me Detroit.
I take Detroit too.
Taking Detroit. Yep.
You taking Detroit?
Yeah, I got all home games so far. All home winners.
Cleveland, Detroit. I'm not taking Green Bay.
I'm taking New Orleans.
I'm taking New Orleans.
New Orleans at Green Bay. Give me Green Bay.
I'm taking Miami.
Jordan Love, baby. Six
taking
touchdowns.
Miami.
6 touchdowns and no interceptions for Jordan Love.
I'm taking Miami big.
I'm still not impressed.
I'm taking the Chargers. I'm taking the Jets.
I got the Jets.
I'm taking.
I think I'm taking New England in that one. In the upset of the weekend, I'm taking the Commanders. They're gonna put so much pressure on fake Josh Allen that they'll end up winning the game. He'll turn it over 3 times.
Give me the Commanders on that, and
same.
I just need the Commanders fans to get off my back for a while. I'll take the Commanders.
I'm taking
Jacksonville. PMs, man. They're
taking Jacksonville.
Yep. I'm taking Baltimore.
I got Baltimore. Baltimore going to 3.
Indianapolis is not beating no Baltimore.
Baltimore's going to 3-0. Baltimore's going to 3-0.
And then I'm taking Seattle.
I'm
taking
Seattle.
Kansas City.
I got KC. Give me
the
Vegas
Dallas
in
and
there.
Arizona game ain't
gonna be close. Give me Las Vegas.
I'm taking Dallas and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I may take Pittsburgh because I can't trust it. I can't trust Vegas.
I'm taking Pittsburgh. Vegas. Yep. Vegas, the tight end's going to eat them alive that game.
And I got an upset on Monday night. I got Tampa over Philly.
Nope. I'll take Philly in that. That's
I'm taking Cincinnati in a must-win game at home.
Okay.
I got it the other way. I got Philly and the Rams.
The Rams ain't beating Cincinnati and making them 0-3.
I don't know. Everybody else done it so far.
Yeah, they ain't beating them, dude. Joe Burrow practiced this week.
Puka Nauka is going to go
He's day-to-day, Tony. He's day-to-day.
Yeah, Joe Burrow practiced this week. So
yeah.
I don't trust
but
no
he's still listed day-to-day.
All right, fellas, I got to jump. Those are my picks, though.
Thanks, Cody. You got them recorded, right? You've got everybody listed? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Cody.
Enjoy your vacation. Our picks, right?
Yep, he's got them.
He got the picks. He can move it off now, Cody.
Yeah, he'll move it. Give him a second. He's got to go into
we got the picks.
So some interesting games there, Tony, and some interesting teams. I like what Miami's doing so far, man. I like the Dolphins. They came out firing.
Listen, Dave. Right now, the Dolphins and the Cowboys are trying to go repeat Super Bowl VI. That
you think so?
That is the Super Bowl right now to me. The best offense against the best defense right now. But here's a couple of things that you need to understand. The last time a team led the league in turnovers and scoring like Dallas is doing is the 83 Redskins, who I call the best team that I've seen in my lifetime was the 83 Redskins. They were plus 43 in turnovers, and they broke the scoring record in the NFL at that time. Now, it's been broken 3-4 times then, but each one of those teams never won the Super Bowl that year.
That's right. The 83 Redskins ran into Marcus Allen. But that was also a strike season.
It was the 98 Vikings. It was the 07 Patriots. And then it was the 13 Broncos. None of them won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that 83 season for Washington, that was a strike season, right?
Nope. The year before was strike.
It was the year for sorts. 82 is the strike season.
The 83 team was better than any team that won. You can't be plus 43.
And
that's
turnovers.
Impossible. That's impossible.
They were killing teams, man.
They were plus 43, and they was putting the wood to teams. And then if you plus 43, so you like, oh, our defense is carrying us. No, their offense was averaging over 30-some points a game.
Yeah, that was a nasty offense.
So when you looking at it, you was picking your poison. And the only reason why they lost the Super Bowl is because they did play the Raiders early in that year. And styles make fights. And they got behind, and that wasn't the team to play from behind like that for me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the 83 Super Bowl, everyone's going to remember Marcus Allen's run that basically broke the Redskins' back.
No, what broke the Redskins was right before halftime when Jack Squat got that interception in the end zone. He got the interception on the 2-yard line and ran in the end zone. It's funny because almost in that same end zone in the Super Bowl earlier, Joe Theismann saved the Super Bowl by knocking the ball out of Bocamp's hands.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, again.
Here's the thing. These guys, if you're watching the show for the first time, you have to understand my co-host, Tony, and the co-creator of the show. Tony is a savant at this stuff. He'll remember which end zone it happened in. Oh, no, Dave, it was in the far end zone. Oh, no, Dave, it wasn't 83. It was 82 was the strike year. 83 was the next year. This is how TK rolls, man. This the guy that stumped.
So, and I'm not even a Redskin fan,
right.
But I will tell you that team was better. Listen, I put that team up against the 93 Cowboys,
78 Steelers.
78 Steelers. I put that team up against the 77 Cowboys, the 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. They would have killed the 2000 Ravens because they could score.
They could score.
And the Ravens couldn't. That's why we needed to beat up on them. And the rest of these teams, the greatest show on turf? Well, the greatest show on turf didn't have enough defense to stay with these boys because the greatest show on turf would have been turning it over. And when they would have turned it over, the greatest show on turf would have been behind. So it's hard. The only team that I think had a chance to play because of their style would have been that Seattle team that won the Super Bowl. That Seattle team was much better when you look at it now. Then they were great on special teams. Their defense was good. And Russell Wilson was just timely with what he was doing. That is really one of the best teams, but nobody really ever talks about because it was just Legion of Boom. No, Beast Mode in them on offense was pretty damn good.
Yeah, they still have Beast Mode. Yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty damn good. I mean, so when we start talking about great teams and we look at tonight, we got what? 5 Super Bowls and 4 Super Bowls. We got 9 Super Bowls out here for these organizations. These are 2 of the class organizations of the NFL tonight. what we're looking at. And they just kicking the game off. So we're gonna be rolling. But guys, these two organizations here are class organizations. I mean, when you got 9 Super Bowls on one field,
they're premier. They're premier
pretty damn good.
organization. They're premier organizations in football, and not just this, Tony. They've done it through multiple ownerships, multiple eras, especially the Giants.
Yep.
Now, you can't have the NFL without the Giants because the Giants helped bring the NFL into television. This is in the old days, before cable, right? Before streaming, there was television, black and white TV, and that was a great game with Alan Amici.
It was the 58. Alan Amici dove in, and the Giants, the Colts beat the Giants.
Yep.
Yeah, the 58 championship. And they celebrating 65 years this year.
Yeah, it's great to see that with the NFL. The NFL goes longer than almost any sport in this country except baseball.
That was the first sudden death game, and that game is actually what made the NFL and drove the NFL's ratings up to become respectable and trying to beat college at the time, because college football was the biggest thing then. But that 58 championship game. It's funny because the sudden death is what made the NFL. Then these fools wanted to take it away because everybody's got to
touch the ball.
I don't care about that. You lose the damn flip. Play some defense. I don't give a shit.
Yep.
If they don't score, guess what? They don't win.
So when we were talking about teams with great defenses, if you're the Ravens, the Ravens with Ray Lewis and those guys, what was that? What year was that, TK? Did you say 05?
2000. Were you talking
2000 Ravens? Yeah, they didn't care if they lost it. They wanted to lose they want to lose the toss. You can have the ball because we're probably gonna take it from you anyway. That's what they want to do. Head. They're gonna hurt you.
They're gonna pound your head. I mean, and folks, we just wanted to talk about some of the great teams, and I would be remiss if I didn't say anything about the '88 Niners, the '88. The 89 Niners, the ones that killed Denver in the Super Bowl.
Oof.
That team was extremely good. I mean, they were balanced. That's when Joe Montana almost was at his peak. Jerry Rice was at his peak. They were really, really good that year. I mean, that was Bill Walsh's last year.
Let me ask you this, TK. What was the year that Dallas and San Francisco played in Dallas for the NFC Championship?
93-94.
Okay. Jerry Rice said that team was the best team he ever saw. That's what Jerry said.
The Dallas team?
That's what Jerry said.
Well, that Dallas team was really good. That's why I said the 93 Cowboys.
But
that
Jerry
93
Rice,
Cowboy team,
Jerry Rice said
I was on a little bit, when I was at Starbucks, that team was so good that they were 3 deep in every position.
They're
so
pretty damn good.
When you listen, I always tell people, I don't cry about I ain't making all that thing in NFL, because guess what? I got to go against the best people in the world at the time, and I got to butt heads with them 2 and 3 practices a day and live and go to London and do all the great stuff and still be respected by them. To this day, when they see me, they respect, because they knew how hard it was for a rookie to come on the most loaded team. If they don't have free agency, that team wins 3 to 4 championships that decade.
Well, there was that.
If they don't have free agency.
There was that coach problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's things happen, but
things happen.
Fortunately for the NFL, they did have free agent, and it makes it even. It makes it much better for everyone else. But when I'm telling you, that team was that good, and I've been studying these teams for years and years and years and years. Probably the best Pittsburgh team didn't win the championship. The 76 Steelers probably had one of the best defenses ever. They can't help that Franco Harris and Rocky Bly gets hurt in the playoffs. Those things happen in football. And what can you do? They lost their entire starting backfield. but they had like 5-6 shutouts that year. I mean, who does that? And
The 2000 Ravens.
The 2000 Ravens did, but the 2000 Ravens, if you look at all their quarterbacks they played against, Spurgeon Wynn and some of them bums who would never even make the damn practice squad. I mean, who they played against.
Hey, our apologies.
It does make a difference.
Our apologies to Spurgeon Wynn. We ain't trying to diss, but we're I see what you're saying, TK. I got you.
Hey man, we just keeping it
off?
real.
Have we kicked off yet?
Oh, there is 9 minutes left,
okay.
And the McCaffrey and them are on the 9-yard line. They're on the 10-yard line, trying to go in to score. Remember, I told you McCaffrey is the key to this game. If he doesn't get the ball, and they got to worry about Brock Purdy, and they make them one-dimensional, that changes the way you can defend San Francisco. I mean, Brock Purdy out there leaving people out to hang.
So listen, we're going to jump off here, but we want to let you know we're going to be back on Monday. And we are going to be talking, sorry, everybody, we didn't get to Deion tonight. We're going to be talking about the University of Colorado going out to University of Oregon. We're going to talk about that game. We're going to talk about Deion. We'll give you your fix of Deion on Monday. Okay?
Yep,
Hope everybody has a great weekend and enjoy the college and enjoy the pro football. It's week 3, baby. Thanks for getting on the show with me tonight, Tony. And hey,
it's week 3. And Dave, before we go, we got to give the props out to the Washington Commanders. You guys are doing a hell of a job. You are doing what you're supposed to have been doing, and it's good to see that it's back here, because now we need these rivalries back. We need these teams good, because we are in the greatest division in sports, not in the NFL, the greatest division in sports. Everybody got a ring. Everybody got a history. Everybody got Hall of Fame coaches, players. It's the greatest division in sports, not the NFL. See you.
Way to end the show, TK. Thanks, everybody. Catch us next week. Oh, by the way, hit the like and subscribe button, and also add us on Spotify, please. Thank you. Appreciate it. We're out.